Now that base game Wilds is done, there's something I want to talk about. Wild's RTN and Charm RNG mechanic is complete BS, and they need to either rework or improve the endgame mechanic for the expansion. What was the thought behind this? What was the goal or intention of the system? I'm just really concerned about the expansion's grinding system at this point. Was Capcom planning to keep the game alive due to RNG? Keep playing the game towards the delusion of getting a god roll? You're working towards something you'll statistically never get, and there's no sense of progress either. It makes the game hollow, dull, and boring. Take a step back and think about this. Before the GOG update, my experience of a full party SOS for 9-star hunts was about 15 minutes and 20 minutes for those double hunt quests. I'm going to assume the average player probably plays like a few hours a day. So you get about 3 to 4 hunts done in 1 hour, therefore getting about 6 hunts in a couple of hours. Can you get enough materials to forge your arching weapon within 6 hunts? Probably not, due to the specific stats you want with the attack affinity element and the statuses. Due to the RNG, I think the average player would get the materials they need in about 1 week. 1 week later, you finally crafted your arching weapon. Now let's reinforce it. Oh wait, you don't have enough materials to reinforce the weapon. Back to farming. Spend another week, so 2 weeks later. I would say that's a generous assumption of being able to fully reinforce your arching weapon for the average player. And the results of the reinforcement rolls are terrible. You dismantle your weapon and get your reinforcement materials refunded at least, thank god that exists, and back to farming for arching materials. Another week spent, terrible rolls. Another week spent, again, bad rolls. So you keep going at this weekly with basically making no progress at all. You can't even get past step 1 of getting a weapon. It's ridiculous. It's like working for a job and instead of getting paid for what you're owed, you roll a dice to see what you get and you keep getting no pay. Like, what's the point? Why waste so much time and effort for something that depends on luck? It makes no sense. Now that GOG is here, we got a reroll system, but it's still quite bad. It rerolls all the reinforcements, so it's basically still the same concept of redoing it from scratch. Sure, you can keep the set bonuses that comes with, which is a plus, but that's another RNG BS you gotta reroll for too, so you got twice the work now. The only progress you can make with reinforcements is you get the base reinforcements you want. Like say you want 1 sharpness EX, 2 attack EX, and 2 attack 3s. Then you need to get 1 sharpness and 4 attack reinforcements, and save that. Then from there, you can reroll those stats and pray you get what you want. To do that, you need a lot of those crystals or GOG materials. Last time I did a GOG SOS, it took 25 minutes. It's a long ass fight, it's very depressing and boring. With the terrible experience of 25 minutes, that's only 4 hunts for the average player a day. I honestly can't see how players can keep hunting GOG for that long, it's torture. At least do what they did with Iceborne for Safi weapons. You're able to choose a specific reinforcement and re-roll it. Again, this is going by the assumption of a playtime of the average player. A weekly dedication to get nothing in return is crazy. Being able to re-roll for specific reinforcement is good enough compensation for a week's work in my book. That way there's actually a sense of progress with all the work you put into it and giving you a reason to keep going. Same goes with the RNG charms, it's so much worse than the weapons. Since these are 9 and 10 star hunts, the SOSs that I've been in takes about 20 to 25 minutes on average. Spending close to 30 minutes to get nothing is even more retarded. Even worse, failing the quest is more common than clearing. There really needs to be a Safi mechanic of re-rolling for these RNG bullshittery. Like go to the Melder at Suya and trade in like 50 shit charms of the same level of the charm you want to fix by upgrading the deco slots or reroll for a specific skill or something. Most of my friends on console quickly gave up on the RNG farm since they're not stupid. Fun only lasts for so long. Fun turns into a chore trying to improve said gear. Since there's no progress in RNG, like what's the point of playing? Not just my friends, but I'm pretty sure anyone who's watching this would be more invested in this game if you could actually make progress in the RNG mechanic, right? This is exactly why I play on PC. I use mods to get what I need so I can avoid that RNG BS. Some of you guys might be put off with what I just said and say, why cheat? What's the point of playing the game then? Here's the thing. I enjoy Monster Hunter for the hunts, not the grind, to an extent. Unreasonable grinding like the RNG weapons and charms is just plain stupid. That's just Capcom being lazy to keep the game alive as long as they can. I'd rather get my god rolls quickly and enjoy the game and retire on a good note instead of torturing myself throughout Wilds' experience and dropping the game due to burnout. I want to enjoy the game with friends while it's fresh and hot, not when the game is at the end of the life cycle and there's nothing to do. Plus, the RNG could possibly be holding you back too. If you want to improve your gameplay, you need to be able to tell what's the problem, your skills, or the gear that you're using. Because you don't have said charm or reinforcements, you're being limited or restricted to play differently. Maybe you couldn't fit certain skills in your build, so you had to compromise, resulting in doing less damage or having to play more defensively since you're not comfortable to fight. Therefore, the hunts are becoming longer and not getting that A rank and free challenge quests. I'm not saying to get rid of RNG completely and everyone deserves a cookie just for playing the game, but to have reasonable RNG that makes sense, hence reasonable. The longevity of a game shouldn't depend on the patience of a player, but instead on the quality of the game that keeps them playing. So I really hope they'll look into this and rework this horrendous RNG and make a better one for the expansion, or else the biggest player base, the console players, will just keep suffering. There's so many icks I have for this game, like introducing endgame RT weapons on release, basically killing weapon variety by making it pointless to even upgrade monster weapons, or the completely useless rarity 6 and 7 RTM materials making players ignore like 90% of the monsters from the start, or farming monster materials by finding non-tempered investigations, which is already difficult to come by when you get higher in level, and if you do find one, it's mostly decoration rewards. So it's quite impossible to farm for materials when new monsters are added with future updates. I could go on and on, but I'm getting off topic to this RNG video, so I'll save my rant for another time. I just hope Capcom doesn't copy-paste Wild's farming system for the expansion is all.
Eat on my food!